This is ANN News Brief.
Good afternoon, I'm Lucy Adeyemi. The World Health Organization says the COVID-19 pandemic is under control in Mozambique. It also lauded measures put in place by the country to control the coronavirus. Mozambique has recorded 14,514 COVID-19 cases and 116 deaths. The interim representative of the World Health Organization to Mozambique, Thomas Valdez, said, quote, "The pandemic here in Mozambique is under control. Just look at the mortality rate. That is 0.8%. It means that the measures that were taken had an effect and the resources that were channeled as well. There has been good contact tracing since the first case was identified in Mozambique in March," end quote. The country has maintained tough restrictions on gatherings. Under the new guidelines governing public transport, operators are required to decontaminate surfaces and to enforce the wearing of face masks for passengers and ensure social distancing in buses. The government of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the World Health Organization, WHO, and partners have announced the end of the 11th Ebola outbreak in the DRC. Nearly 6 months after another outbreak of the virus was reported in Equator province. The Kivu Ebola epidemic began early August 2018 and wound down in June 2019. It was finally declared over in late June this year. But another outbreak and current 11th Ebola outbreak surfaced in Equator province with 119 confirmed cases and 55 deaths. The two outbreaks within 2 years were geographically far apart. Genetic sequencing analysis found that they were unrelated. The outbreak took place in communities scattered around dense rainforests as well as crowded urban areas. More than 2,200 persons died of Ebola in both outbreaks. WHO has congratulated responders and all those who tirelessly tracked cases, provided treatment, engaged communities, and vaccinated more than 40,000 high-risk persons. It also thanked a wide range of partners for their support. We'll be right back.
We are on the road every day, canvassing throughout Africa for news you really need. We follow this story everywhere, from every corner of Nigeria to the wide African expanse. We bring you what's making headlines. We connect you with news you can use. ANN, African News Network, in a truly African spirit.
South African President Cyril Ramaphosa wants vaccine research and development center built in his country. Ramaphosa said during the online summit of BRICS countries chaired by Russia, the coronavirus pandemic has demonstrated the need to accelerate the establishment of the BRICS Center as agreed in their 2018 Johannesburg Declaration. South Africa is participating in several research initiatives with continental and international partners, including the global efforts to develop, manufacture, and distribute a COVID-19 vaccine. The president also said the clinical testing of the vaccines needs to include African citizens to ensure that the vaccines are appropriate for them. He further stressed that vaccine development must be encouraged, especially for pharmaceutical companies. South Africa is the worst hit nation by coronavirus on the African continent. 754,000 cases have been reported in the country, and more than 20,000 patients have died of the virus. That is ANN News Brief at 1. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I am Lucy Adeyemi.